Good evening and welcome to another episode of Capsules of Love. Jeremiah chapter 31 and 3, God says, yes, a resounding yes. I love you with an everlasting love. We also see in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22, where the very first fruit of the Spirit that God gives us is love. And this evening, we are not going to speak about love this evening. We're going to speak about self-care this evening. We did episode 1 and 2 that focuses on love. We want to start looking at self-care. What does it mean when we say self-care? Remember, we established in capsules 1 and 2 that self-care and self-love goes hand in hand. They are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. You cannot have self-love without self-care, and you cannot have self-care without self-love. Last week, we established that a part of self-love is the perspective or the perception that you and I have of ourselves and the perception that other people have about us. But the most important person that we need to worry about as it comes to perception is yourself. How do you see you? Irrespective of how people see you, that should never take away from how you see yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then no one shouldn't love you. You have to first love you. And if you love yourself, then you're going to care for yourself. Step number 1 in self-caring for yourself. Think about what makes you unique. What makes you and I unique is that we have a separate fingerprint from everyone else in this world. No one else shares a fingerprint like ours. No. So that alone should let you know that you are set apart from everyone else. And how do I take care of myself? I take care of myself by how I think about myself, how I see myself. Do I speak positive about myself? Yes, these are things that I need to do when I am caring for me. Yes, you might be in a marriage and you might be the wife and you're like, well, how could I take care of myself when I have my husband I have to tend to and I have children that I have to tend to? That's very good. After you finish do what you have to do for the family, if you like to drink a glass of wine when everyone is gone to bed, you find a quiet moment. You drink a glass of wine before you go off. You find a little quiet time for you. Nowadays we call it me time. Me time doesn't necessarily have to be 2 hours. It could be just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just total quietness, total stillness. You have to take that time that you need. It might not be a glass of wine. It might be that you just sit in your favorite chair, turn the lights off, dim them low if that be it, prop your feet up on the side of the sofa, and you just relax there for 5 minutes. That's self-care. It could be that, you know what, I have a busy week every week. Find one day out of that week that you said, you know what, I'm going to go to my favorite ice cream place and have just a scoop. Not a whole pint, just a scoop. One of my self-care favorites is a pint of Haagen-Dazs. Listen, if I'm not careful, I'll eat the whole thing. What is yours? Find something that you like. Could be a piece of chocolate. It might be exercise. It might be working out in your gym. It might be just spending a quiet evening with your husband or your fiance or whoever it is. Find something that makes you happy and do that even if it's for a minute or two. That's number 1. Number 2, change your perception as to how you think about yourself and how you see yourself. Remember Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2, where it says, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renew your mind as to how you see you, how you think about you, your affirm yourself. You say good things about yourself, because once you do that, your mental stability will become paramount. You will be now having a positive attitude. That is very important in self-care. How I look at things, my outcome of things. Do I think I have a wonderful family? Do I think my husband is the best? Or do I think my wife is the bomb? Do I think I have the best children of the world? Even if your husband is not the best, even if your wife is not the best, even if your children are not the greatest, they are the husband that you have, they are the wife that you have, they are the children that you have. Take care of them. Because if you do, they in return will take care of you. One other thing you could do in self-care is hygiene. Comb your hair, brush your teeth, put on some cologne, smell good. For the ladies, get your nails done, get your hair done. For the guys, fix your facial hair. Yes, if you go clean shave, make sure your hair is groomed. You gotta go to the barber, get your hair done. Whatever it is, take that time to care for yourself. For if you don't take the time to care for yourself, no one else will. I hope this video has been a blessing, and I hope it also is the beginning and the start of taking care of yourself. Next week, we will delve in a little bit more deeply into some other things that you can do in taking care of yourself. Remember, one aspect of self-care also is to love your neighbors as you love yourself. Yes, why do I need to love my neighbors? Because it makes your mental health be stable when you know you care about others. Until we meet again, loved ones, may you have a good rest of your evening, and thank you for joining us on this another episode of Self-Love.